welcome to XPReport.
If this is your first time here, we are a podcast about game news, all games news, spanning digital and analog. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back.
So just a little bit of news from us to start off with. For me, Highlands is going to Tabletop Con in Brisbane, and if you catch us on the Discord for Scalebound, we'll have some social deception card game type of things starting to playtest. So yeah, come grab that. As always, yeah, come check out. I work on a lot of games. So yeah, if you are new here, I do game dev in digital and analog, and do podcasting stuff, and just love games of all varieties.
And I'm an online personality. I stream, I play games, I do some things with Kieran here. I've gone to a couple cons for him, hoping to get more involved in that. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. And recently, I went through a move. So I'm readjusting to things, if you're interested in knowing.
So if he's crap today for this episode, it's because he's just moved all weekend.
Yes. Basically, Kieran has done all of the work for this episode, and I am going to try and keep up with him because I don't know what's going on in the world right now.
So this week, I'm the host, and Ronnie's just a participating listener.
Exactly.
We love that for you. Also, last episode, you'll notice my microphone was terrible. If your ears are tuned to that. Like literally 2 minutes before we were about to start, my audio interface died, so I've come up with another setup for this week, and hopefully I can get back to normal soon. But just bear with us for a few episodes while we fix that up. Well, let's get into it. So, yeah, newsy stuff. Tabletop company who made Wingspan and wyrmspan, Stonemayer. They are the article says they're suing the president, but if you look into it, they are joining a lawsuit that is suing the executive branch of the government, and that is because them and a bunch of other tabletop companies they essentially can't run their business with the tariffs that are in place. The US, I wouldn't say America. The US doesn't have the supply chains, doesn't have the stuff to make a lot of the things that they need. And board games use lots of different pieces, different methods of making stuff to sort of do this. They said, and I think this is very fair, them and all board game companies, they make their orders last year, and they let's say they spend $1 million on ordering 100,000 board games, however much it costs them to print. They spend $1 million. For them now to get that into the country is going to cost them $2.5 million instead of the original $1 million. So, and they're already got pre-orders. People have already paid for stuff. It's just dumb.
It's a nightmare.
It's the worst. And people, there are companies that are just well, we can't pay that, so we just have to go out of business. There are big companies that can afford that. They've got a bit of a war chest behind them to be fuck, well, we have to, and then they're going to work out what their future is ongoing. But there's a lot of smaller people that are maybe they made a $50,000 shipment and now that's costing $125,000. That bankrupt that company. There are just companies that can't take this on, and had zero idea, zero planning for this. I think the best way around it is to not have ridiculous tariffs, but I think if you ordered something last year or before even the whiff of tariffs came up, that should be the price that you pay upon order, not when it hits the shores, which is a bit dumb. I don't think it makes the economy better for anyone, because if it was to make the economy better, you think the businesses would get the money, but they don't get the money. The people who are buying the products don't get the money. They don't get a better product because you can't make anything like that in the US yet. So stopping them right now, it's all negative.
Yeah,
I think
it's not great. Oh, I can't imagine what they're all going through.
Yeah, this goes back to what we said I think it was episode 2, where we were saying like all the cons are going to go ahead this year because everything's already paid for. But next year, we're like going to see half as many conventions because it's just going to cost too much to get people into the country.
Yeah.
I don't know the numbers for every country, but I know Canada has, I think they've dropped their travel rate by 40%, as in like the amount of people booking holidays or travel to the US has gone down by 40%. From Australia, it's gone down about, I think it was like 20%. But noticeably big things for the like tourism. And the other thing, I think there's a few countries marking it as a kind of like a don't go there. Like it's bad at the moment. But moral of the story, yeah, like it's gonna be really hard for US based tabletop companies, and even like I'm just getting into the tabletop stuff. I know a few people in Australia who are into it. They for their worldwide stuff, they're like, it's not the worst, but most of their customers, like the US is such a consumer driven thing that it's going to be hard for these companies to get their product from Australia, from Canada, from the UK, like into where predominantly most of their customers are going to be. I have one friend who ships stuff, and he has to ship stuff through, because his stuff goes to America, then gets put up to Canada, because there's no, I think like a direct shipment to Canada was more expensive than doing it through the US. It won't be now.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that was his route, and now like they have to change all their shipping arrangements, and it's just not cool.
It's not the move, but the people that are making these decisions, it doesn't concern them really. It does, but they're not seeing that it does.
Well, like, yeah, for the people making some of these decisions, like, they're just like, yeah, I'll pay 150% extra for a product, like, whatever. And, like, they're not playing board games.
Because, and it's not make or break for them. It's, for so many of these companies, they were probably already having a hard time, staying afloat and things like that. And this is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and which really sucks.
Oh,
and,
there's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many. So, we'll do more as we come along with that. So only Stonemaier is public that I know of. And by public, I mean, like, they're the only one that's sort of listed, but they outright said that they're joining a lawsuit. So there's probably already a company doing this, and they're doing it pro bono. So they must not like what's happening either, but they're joining other tabletop companies.
Okay.
Which their whole lawsuit is essentially like the executive branch shouldn't be able to make tariff changes for these industries. That should be held to more scrutiny by a bigger power, essentially, or a more. There should be some due diligence, basically.
Yeah.
Which is a very reasonable thing to ask.
I agree 100%.
So, all right. Next up on our ticket is Discord, the thing we all know and love. I've been telling Ronnie for the longest time that like Discord is like everyone builds their community there, and when it falls, it's going to be hard on lots of people, and there will be a time where people have to think about what's the next thing. How do I build my community in a way that can take going between different things? So I've raised that problem to him. And
Discord's been one of those that basically that place for so long now, and now we've got the confirmation that the CEO is stepping down, and the former vice chairman of Activision Blizzard is taking over. As of the time of this recording, it has gone into effect.
Oh wow! I didn't know it was that soon. I knew it was like coming up.
Yep.
But
as of right now, April 28th. For you, you're already into the 29th, but it's happening
from the future.
You are.
Yeah. So a guy that's from a company that essentially really popularized microtransactions and getting every single dollar you can out of your consumer is going to be running Discord. That's not to say that things will go downhill rapidly. It might not. But if the proof is in the pudding, we'll be eating a ton of it very soon.
Well, my biggest concern is that if they, because I was looking at alternatives, especially when we first started talking about this, maybe going back to like services like TeamSpeak, which is what we used to use a long time ago.
They all charge now.
Yeah, and I was gonna say TeamSpeak, they have a similar layout now, but you're gonna be paying $5 or $6 US a month for only 5 people to be able to join your server. That is
It's not community
unreasonable
building.
for a community. So for Discord being taken over and going public, it may result in that where they start limiting servers and start charging for you to expand your communities, and I'm afraid of that.
I think everyone has a very good reason to be afraid. Discord have been trying so hard to go public. They've been trying so hard, and this is what the CEO. They have said the CEO is here to like bring the company public. As soon as that's involved and there's investors, the number one question every quarter is like, what are you doing to make extra money? Like, what are you doing to make our investment bigger?
Yep, they're going to steer away from quality of life and feature-rich stuff for communities, and it's going to be money.
They've been steering away from that ship for a while.
You're right.
Unfortunately, like the ads in the corners, just like all these things to try and...
Yeah, I love getting quests for 1 free day of Nitro.
Yeah, like... Everything they've done is kind of like an insult to you as a user of that platform. I'm like, I was a paying member of Nitro, and then they made Nitro worse. I'm like, well, I just won't pay for it then.
Yes.
Like, if you just have a paid subscription that gets you some cool stuff, I was like, I like this program. I use it a lot. Like, I'm happy to pay. But as soon as you take advantage of like your users, like, and sort of take them for granted, which I think they've done. And I get that it costs a lot to run, and they've had to, like, they had to make money somehow. Just the way that they've been doing it, I don't think was the way. I would have really liked them to double down on the store that they had, where they could sell games directly through Discord. But they gave up on that so soon. Like I don't think they gave it a chance to work. They were just like, oh, it's not working instantly. All right, we'll scrap it.
They're like me.
Oh, that's so true. But it really felt like that. It's felt like that for a few little things they've had where they're just like, oh, this didn't make us all the money instantly. We'll go to the next feature.
Yep.
Which I, like, as a developer, I found it really good. I could do my playtests through Discord. Like, people could... I could just give someone a role on my Discord server, like, hey, you're a tester now, and they could download the game. It was amazing.
Oh,
and then they
cool.
took it all away. Like, it was so good for, like, all the stuff that, like, Steam's trying to do. And Steam's doing an okay job of it. It just worked better in Discord, where, like, you register to play, to be part of a playtest or something. You just got a role on a Discord server, and you were able to join that playtest. And
that's actually incredible. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it lived very, very shortly. Like, if you heard about it, it was probably already, like, they probably already cut the feature by the time you heard of it.
I'm sure game devs didn't even know it existed before it ended, too.
So I don't even know how I learned about it, but I learned about it, implemented it, like, we were running our playtest through that, and then they're like, nah.
Doesn't work. Yeah, see ya.
So that sucks. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna go well, unfortunately.
I'm not optimistic. I'm hopeful, but not optimistic.
For any game devs or tabletop or anyone building a community, I don't know what the answer is for. I know YouTube community features apparently have been getting a lot better, but for other content creators, I think it's going to be hard out there to find the next thing. If if your users have to pay to join your thing, or whatever stupid feature they come up with, which is going to push people away, like, it's going to be hard for content creators. For game devs, I really think building up your own mailing lists, because I see a lot of people at cons that are like, oh, join our Discord. I'm like, no, get people to join your mailing list. Like, that's what we have for A Few Dragons. And you know what happens if our mailing list has way more email, or like, way more people in it than our Discord does? We lose Discord, it's not the end of the world for us. Like, we have our mailing list, and no platform can take that away from us, which is really good. So I suggest, a lot of people start using forums on their own hosted websites. So, like, if you're ronniesgamecompany.com, like, have forum.ronniesgamecompany.com, where you can play the latest Souls likes it when he makes.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think. Yeah, I mean, I know forums never went away, but they definitely, in my head, had hit a point where they weren't relevant for me anymore. And now to think that that's one of the best ways to get a community together again, it feels like like a slap in the face with something like Discord being such an incredible thing, and then somebody not coming in and taking the opportunity to be that next big thing, whereas like TeamSpeak and stuff are just going to make you pay, and they don't care that they're not the free one, you know.
They
I don't know.
Don't.
It hurts.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I think whoever comes in, that is the next big thing. I think people are going to approach much more hesitantly.
Oh, for sure.
They did with Discord, because the same thing with Twitter and Blue Sky. There's going to be so many people that are like, oh, I've already got my community, or I've already got my 10,000 followers on this platform, so I don't want to leave it. And then they'll stay way too late to where, like, yeah, you've got 10,000 people in your Discord or whatever, but do any of them log in anymore? Like, there'll be a lot of people that are so hesitant to move to the next thing because of what they've built in this previous thing, which is going to suck. And I guess the silver lining is for companies like Board Game Geek. I know a few of the game news sites have their forums and stuff. Like, those places are going to shine because they've kept these things running the whole time, knowing that, like, no, this is where our source of truth is. We can keep it. It's our data. It's not some other companies to own, and like they're gonna win overall. And I think it's a long play, and I think the last few years it would have been hard because I've seen people being like, oh, where's your Discord server? To companies, and it's like, well, we may not want one, and that's honestly, I think, a smart move in the long run. I think it is good to have one casually, but relying on it was always a scary thing for me.
Trying to funnel people directly to that first over anything else.
Yeah, I always thought it was not a good move. So we'll see how that goes. Like, I'm happy to be wrong. I have no wish that everyone loses their communities and stuff. That being said, I think people should prepare for something if that happens, because you to be prepared and not have to do it is better than having to work out something at that last minute.
Oh yeah, or lose it and not be able to grab, whatever you can and salvage your community before it's gone.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
I know for a lot of Twitch streamers, because Twitch notifications are so unreliable. Like, I rely on their Discord channel notifications to tell me when they're live, because I get them on my phone before. Like, Twitch will show up like half an hour late sometimes, where it's just like, hey, this person's live, and you're like, go into it. They're like well into something already. You're like, no, damn. Which
so upsetting. Just thinking about it.
I mean, I know that's a problem that it's a problem that every content creator faces. YouTube is weirdly better, not for live streaming, but when a new video comes out on a channel I follow, it'll tell me. Someone live streams on a channel I follow, I've never heard about it.
Yeah.
So it is all rough.
Yeah, we can hope for the best. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, like, what would that mean for your community? Like, to go somewhere like
it would fall apart. That is our centralized location where we go to share things with each other and tell things, personal stuff, and give updates about our real life things. I mean, I don't have anywhere else that happens currently. Nowhere.
Yeah, like, I think companies can have forums and stuff, but like, I can't see viewers being like, I'm gonna sign up for this content creators forum. Like, unless you're a big group like Game Grumps or Yogscast or something like that, which is more a conglomerate of people rather than it is an individual person. So I don't know what the future is there. Unfortunately,
I don't either. I'm gonna desperately be doing research now that this has fully been confirmed and the swap has already been made as of now. So I'm gonna be scraping the internet for something, even if it's not, everything that we had in Discord. If it's at least somewhere that we can go temporarily and keep looking, then that's what I'm going to try and do.
Yeah, I think even just having like, hey, we're gonna like if you find something like, hey, in case stuff goes down, this is where we're going to be, so people know that would be a really good backup.
Yeah, and they can pre-join, and in case we lose access to everything because of
I don't think
paywalls
we'll
or
lose
whatever.
access. I think it'll be this. Everything slowly gets limited, and like these paywalls will come in slowly. Yeah. It'll be like this drip of pushing people out, which will suck.
I mean, if we come across anything, in the future, especially for anyone interested in this piece of news specifically, we'll be sure to touch back on it and let people know if there's something that we find.
Yeah, definitely. Anything that we'll find, we'll post.
Yep.
So speaking of price adjustments, Nintendo Switch 2 price adjustments. This is specifically for, I think, US and Canada, because I think, like we were saying before with the Tabletop, I think that they do a lot of, so Nintendo do a lot of their Canadian stuff through America, because America just sort of has easier access ports. So they're doing a lot of things where they're switching the prices out, but also they've got country, like, because a lot of their stuff manufactured in China and Japan. Tariffs are really high. What they're trying to do is they're reserving, because they have manufacturing plants all over the world, anywhere that's not China, they're reserving those units to go, which stuffs up their supply chain.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you're building stuff in some country in Europe, that was going to go to all the European people. Now China's going to essentially ship to most places in the world, and then like your European, your African, whatever manufacturing plants, all those that have low tariffs are going to ship to the US. So they have to do this kind of like puzzle piece of working out, all right, what's the cheapest way for us to get this stuff here? And that's why the prices are going up. They have to do so much more administration for you to get the same product, which is why the tariffs are dumb. So, what does that mean for you? It means more prices, unfortunately. They've done... The accessories, I don't think, have only gone up a very little bit. The console itself has gone up. The games will be staying the same. Which
makes sense, yeah.
Because I think that would have been a much harder sell, even though they are if you're, GameStop over there? If you're GameStop, you're paying more to get that stuff in now.
Exactly.
I don't know what those profit margins are like, but not good.
They can't be great. And then, obviously, for... like the price adjustments aside, the U.S. specifically, we lost our pre-order ability, which kind of hit me in a way that didn't make me happy, because I was still on the fence about pre-ordering, but with the tariffs and everything, I think Nintendo put that on halt, and then we just lost it. We just had to try and be one of the first people to get our pre-orders in, which I didn't even try. I was too busy moving and stuff. So
yeah. I don't think it's going to be the worst thing in the world, because there's only like 2 launch titles. A bunch of it is like re-release stuff. So waiting a bit and seeing if the price might come down, I don't think it will. I think even if the tariffs change, I don't think there's enough trust there that things won't change at the drop of a hat. And 2, if they lower the price, it's so much harder for them to put it back up, because once people become adjusted to a price, like they don't like seeing that price go up. So I don't think they'll take that risk.
No, and they're going to make that money back anyway with the titles and all that and the accessories. So probably the price adjustments. We'll see. I definitely don't see it going down.
Just from a responsibility of the company to itself, I don't see how it can.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, again, I don't think there's much more that's going to come out of this. Like the Nintendo Switch will come out, and the Switch 2 will come out. People will buy it. We'll see what happens.
It's only a couple days over a month away, so
yeah, it's coming. We'll see how it goes, but I don't think it'll be a huge event like it would have been if they could have kept the prices and they didn't have to do all this other stuff. There also might be limited actual consoles in the country because of what they've had to do with shipping and stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, with what's going on, they may be holding off on more production just to check initial sales numbers to see what they're going to have to play more by ear, I think, to
I don't
estimate.
think they'll do that because they've still got the rest of the world there. Like it's a very worldwide console. That if anything, they'll manufacture and hold until the tariffs come down or something. But we'll see. Speaking of terrible things happening all over the world all the time, which is our life, Russia is trying to seize assets from a developer who is owned by Wargaming. Wargaming makes World of Tanks, I believe. That company, who is not Russian, supported Ukraine, and this developer who was making stuff for them is now getting all their stuff taken because they're like, nope, even though they didn't have anything directly to do with Ukraine, the people that owned them did. They're like, no, we're taking everything. Like, it's just dumb. I don't think they're doing. I don't think they're doing them. And I guess people like this just don't think, but they're not doing themselves any favors by
not at all.
By taking things that people love. And I guess, like, for me, it's like, what does that give you? Like, it's just a company that was making some games that had nothing. Like, they specifically have nothing to do with your war stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not even working with Wargaming anymore either. Like, this is a previous thing that they had that, like, it just, none of it adds up to, like, this is just someone with some power heard about, like, oh, they're doing the thing, so we're going to come in and take all your stuff. And they have the power to. Which I think really, like, being a game dev is hard enough. Having stuff like this happen to you where, because, like, there's going to be people that, like, there's going to be some artist that works there. It's just like, I just wanted to draw some tanks or whatever I was drawing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about this stuff. I just want to do this thing that, like, was really, really hard to, really hard to get into.
Oh yeah, that's so unfortunate. I'll never understand that. Like, what harm is it doing? Well, yeah, what do you think you're gaining from this? It makes zero sense whatsoever. Because they support Ukraine. Man.
Now, another funny thing about World of Tanks, this happened a while ago, but something that they could sort of do it is there were people from the US and from Russia and different parts of the world leaking, like, their military's, like, tank designs and stuff on the Wargaming forums because they were like, well, that's not how an actual tank would work. This is, like, it was so bad that, like, I think, like, multiple, like, FBI level people from different countries had to get involved and were like, yeah, you need to take this stuff down off your forum.
You got people involved in the industry pushing their glasses up. Sir, actually, no.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's a video game. Yeah.
It just...
They don't care if it's a video game. No, you need to make sure that it's true.
It's like, they can't. They don't have the secret designs that you just leaked.
You literally just gave us all the info. That's crazy.
So, yeah,
I didn't know that.
People are funny. Just a little side piece. It was one of my favorite things about. I'm not big into World of Tanks, but that's one of my favorite pieces about the fandom of it. It's just like, oh my god, you people are crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the people that are playing those games, a lot of them are, like, enthusiasts or fanatics in a way. So that, I guess that makes sense.
It makes sense. It's just funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
So, on to our next thing, which is, like, this is shocking to me, but Starcraft, the next Starcraft game, whether it's an RTS or not, I'm not actually sure, but is rumored not to be being made by Blizzard. It's going to be, apparently Nexon has acquired the contract, and this does make sense to me. They were actually talking to a few different Korean dev studios, and Starcraft is still huge in Korea. Like, and just the RTS
Yeah.
scene in general. I think if you're going to get like people that love the genre to be working on it, Korea is where you get that dev studio.
Which,
So
yeah, I was just gonna interject and say like RTS has in like the States and whatnot has kind of we had talked about it in a previous episode, branched off into what was it, 4X, and I can't remember what you had mentioned, but it
4X
kind
and
of like
MOBA.
and MOBA, yeah. So they've kind of branched off on their own paths, whereas, like you said, in Korea, like RTS is still very much prominent. So that kind of makes sense that Nexon would acquire.
Yeah, because they essentially RTS has gone like you have strategy and action in one game. The action has gone off to the people who like action playing MOBAs, and the strategy has gone off to the people playing 4X. Are like, we just only want strategy. We don't want any of this action stuff.
Yeah.
And that's sort of where RTS is divided, in a big part. So yeah, I think this is the big shift that I will see in Blizzard. That I wouldn't be surprised if Blizzard is name only for Microsoft. Like they'll stamp the Blizzard brand on things that it needs, but there's no company named. Well, there's not going to be a thing, an entity of Blizzard around. It's just going to be this placeholder thing that Microsoft uses to sort of tie a few games together. But realistically, Activision Blizzard are now fully integrated into the Microsoft ecosystem. So you're going to see different devs making your Blizzard titles that did not used to be a thing.
Which is, it's going to be very weird to think about like that. It's going to have the Blizzard stamp, but then you're going to see, you know, whether it's in the credits or wherever, that it was actually developed by, you know, X name.
X Studio, yeah. Blizzard's almost the publisher of note, when really the publisher of note is Microsoft.
Microsoft. It's the publisher of the publisher.
Yeah, the publisher of the publisher. So I think we'll see more of this. I think Blizzard as a whole is going to be the dev studio there. It might just be the World of Warcraft dev studio. And then all the other IPs get moved on to other places. That's where I'd hedge my bets of what Microsoft's going to do with it, because I mean, World of Warcraft prints money. Why change that formula?
Yeah, they can hold on to that and they can be fine. And then, you know, we had talked about that, like the titles like Diablo and whatnot. They'll still come around and be a thing that they continue to do, but it'll be all umbrellaed under the success of WoW, the ongoing success.
Or not, like, because if they move Starcraft, it's just going to be Starcraft the game, its own thing, not tied to Blizzard, who makes World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So I think it's some interesting things. So I think that's the biggest things that have happened over the last 2 weeks for news. Like, there's always a bit more. We'll try and cover it as much as we can.
But speaking of Blizzard...
Yeah, so we actually had some comments on our last episode. I think episode 1 or 2. Anyway. So Chell says, WoW's community will keep BlizzCon moving forward. Have faith in us. BlizzCon is planned for 2026. I'm pretty sure it's going to remain standalone. I think it might, because I think what we talked about is that they might move that out into their regular Xbox stuff, which I still think they're going to do with things like StarCraft now. I think StarCraft isn't going to be BlizzCon. If there is a BlizzCon, I think that if that's not made by Blizzard, that's going to move somewhere else. If anything, they might do a BlizzCon. They might see the numbers aren't what they expect in 2026, and then it's going to move to, all right, this is the World of Warcraft convention now.
Yeah, I'm a believer that I think BlizzCon will be carried by the WoW community too. I don't know how much other stuff will be included at BlizzCon, but I still think it'll have the BlizzCon title, and it'll be fine for 2026. But like you said, I don't know what's going to happen moving forward, especially again with tariffs and things like that, and
how conventions are going in general. Like they've committed to 2026, but looking forward, are they committing to anything else? We will see, because that's the other thing Microsoft's been doing. They've been consolidating a lot of the things they've been buying, which is like Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda, a bunch of these other smaller studios they've got. They've been breaking down studios, consolidating the best things that they've got out of them. Hell, they they've stand down studios that like release super hit games that like why from a business decision why do that, and that's because they do things in such big like they didn't think that game was going to be a success, but all the wheels were already in motion to can that studio.
Yeah,
which I see those things happening for Bethesda and Activision Blizzard, not immediately because those wheels take a lot longer to spin, but over a large enough time that those things will happen, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So hopefully you don't have to agree with us, Chels, but you can. We'll see who was right, and you can comment one day saying like, "I was right."
Yeah,
you can tell us that we
can
were
rub it
wrong,
in our faces.
So anyway, yeah, if you like, so thanks for checking out the news and comments with us. If you like what you're hearing, reviews really help us. So the comments like we just listened to, if you leave comments on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts, like super helps us. Tells other people that you liked what you listened to. It just sort of feeds the algorithm machine.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a personal thanks if you give us a review.
Yeah, we'll continue to check out the comments that we see and give you our opinions, weigh in on them. And again, if we're wrong and you wanna let us know that we're wrong, we'll acknowledge that too.
I mean, I'll have lots of wrong takes. I'm very opinionated, but I'm okay with it. Yeah. I'm happy to be wrong.
I'm happy to be wrong as well. This is all our thoughts, our opinions, and we're not here to try and be right the whole time. It's not what this is about.
No, it's just fun opinions.
Yeah,
and having a bit of laugh at ourselves.
Yeah.
So, going on to that, review the XPReport on your favorite podcast, and then we'll talk about some releases. So, Ronnie, you've been excited for this for so long. It came out. You started playing it today. Claire Obscura Expedition 33.
Yes, I was. How
were the first 32 games in this series?
Oh my gosh, they were incredible. I haven't played any of them, but I've heard. No, it came out this past week. I just got the opportunity to play it tonight, right before this, and oh my gosh, I didn't want to stop. I've been seeing stuff on social media for the past couple of years about it. From the moment I saw don't get me wrong, the world is beautiful, the art is beautiful, but the moment I saw the first gameplay reveal, it took me back to the JRPGs that I used to play when I was young, and adding more real-time action aspects to it to make it to where it's not. So a lot of people, think that JRPG turn-based gaming is dry. If you're not paying attention and hitting, your perfect attacks and your parries or your dodges, it's just like an action game in that aspect where you won't win. Without going into any too much detail, already I've probably played an equivalent of a normal gamer 20 to 30 minutes of gameplay in the 4 hours that I was doing it, just because it was drawing me in. I like to search every nook and cranny. I had a teardrop or two within the first few minutes of the game. It's beautiful. The soundtrack is amazing. The gameplay is so fun. If you're into JRPGs, try it.
Yeah, the sound. Even if you're not into JRPGs, it is such a different game from what I was seeing you playing it. I still don't think it's for me. I think the story might be for me. But if the problem that you have with JRPGs is maybe it's a bit more slower, I feel like this isn't slow. At least the combat is so...
It's very engaging.
JRPG inspired, maybe.
Yes.
Is what I would say. It feels so...
And
much more high octane from what I was saying.
Yeah, and these aren't necessarily high octane comparisons, but if you ever played Super Mario RPG, or if you played the more recent Sea of Stars, these games also reward you for timing in your attacks or in your defenses. So
same with Mario Brothership. Actually, had it like it's a turn-based combat, but you have to like hit your combos and your quick time events correctly to do counters and stuff. I think a lot of games are going more towards this.
Yeah, because it's a more rewarding and engaging event with battles. So yeah, it rewards you for staying attentive and not just kind of going on autopilot, which is cool. I think it's a great game. And like Kieran said, even if you're not really into JRPGs, we have a buddy who literally said, "I don't play JRPGs. I'm 20 hours into the game already."
Yeah.
So
it's a different beast. I think it is inspired by it. I do not think it is.
I personally hope that developers that are interested in this kind of a genre look at it and take inspiration from it moving forward.
So I actually saw this developer on LinkedIn. The day that they were like, "Oh, we've sold like 500,000 copies. Like, we're so happy that this happened." Like a day later, like, "We've sold 1 million copies." Like people are into it. It's a good game. It looks good. The soundtrack did sound really good.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Voice acting was great as well. If you like voice acting and you know, not having to read everything, voice acting was great. And I personally, I mean, I've only played a little bit of it, but it's already on my mind for Game of the Year. So we'll see.
I think it will be a contender. It's hitting hard.
Yeah.
All right. Next on our list is Dinkum, which is an Australian like Animal Crossing. Essentially, it's sort of like, it's not Animal Crossing, but like the way they've styled the game, the way you move around and build the houses and help the people of the town, it feels like a more classic version of it. But it's all Australian animals and Australian wildlife.
It looks very inspired by it. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually played it in early access with a few friends because it's 4-player co-op. Really, really fun. Really enjoyed it. Definitely looking forward to picking it back up in full release because I think there were some like just hiccups and some balancing issues. I hope definitely all taken care of. I imagine it would be.
Okay, is this currently full release? I don't.
Yeah, it came out this week.
Okay, so this isn't early access
28th.
anymore.
In the last week.
Okay.
That's why it's on our releases list, Ronnie.
Hey, listen. Early access is so prominent these days. Oh, okay. April 22nd was the official release day.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So
it looks great.
It's full release now. If you like Animal Crossing, want something to play on the PC instead of having to get a Switch, this is a very good game.
That's a valid point.
To scratch that itch.
It has fishing. I'm in. It has fishing.
Yeah, it literally has all the same stuff as Animal Crossing. It's just themed in Australia. I really enjoyed going around looking for the seashells and the different rocks. Like, there was just something satisfying about it. It's a very good game.
I'm gonna download. The demo is also available on Steam if you guys care to give it a try. I'm just seeing this now. Incredible! It looks great.
It's got some like a little bit of combat and stuff, which Animal Crossing doesn't have. But like, it's because you're doing like searching, hunting different Australian animals and stuff like that. So
probably lighthearted combat.
It's very like, it's not brutal. It's just like swing your bone thing that you have a few times. Cool. Pick up meat. It's easy.
Okay. Yeah,
the
looks
next
good.
one, Sunderfolk. I only heard about this like a week ago. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, do you like Jackbox?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like Jackbox." They're like, "How would you like to play an RPG like it?" I was like, "I'm intrigued. Tell me more."
Yeah,
so
hold on. What?
Sunderfolk is a RPG game that is co-op, but to play it, one person has it, and everyone joins on their phone or on an app and plays through the turn-based characters using that. So you could sit down on a couch and you could all play this RPG together. You could stream it, play co-op over the internet, however you want to do it. What I like about it is it looks very good. Like, it's not just some cheap thing that's put together. Like, it's a Australian $70 game that has some quality to it. I love Jackbox games, but like, you can tell that they don't put thousands and millions of dollars into assets.
Of course,
and it's still a fun game. That graphics and that kind of stuff is not what they're aiming for. They're aiming for experience. This game is like, trying to get people to play an RPG together. It looks really cool. I'm playing it tonight with a few friends. I'm very excited to give it a go.
I'm, as we're speaking, watching the gameplay trailer to it, and the phone interactions look so simple and straightforward, but the graphics and the gameplay, look impeccable and so fluid and fleshed out. It looks great.
It's not something that I thought of ever having. Like, I think the Jackbox, I think like lots of people tried to do that. Like, literally a couple like, oh, we'll just make a phone funny game, like party game. Where this is a game. This is a serious game using that mechanic. And it allows, because the people getting the phone app don't have to pay for it. It's just whoever has the base copy pays for it, which is probably why it's a bit more expensive than what you would normally expect for a game of this tier. But if only one out of 4 people have to buy it, like, maybe pull
that
together with some
justifies
friends.
the selling point.
So I think...
I'm sorry. Yeah. I was going to say, I just wanted to jump in. I just watched the end of the trailer, and it's so cool. It's like Sunderfolk, and then Rediscover Game Night. This kind of leans into what we were talking about with like innovation in games. Like that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very good for like I think TTRPGs have done this a lot, where people are sort of going back to, we don't want to do things online as much. We actually want to go back to a table. This is going to, maybe not this game, but like more people doing games like this is going to be like, all right, we'll come over for a night. We'll get some food, we'll get some snacks, and we'll play Sunderfolk for the night, or Knights of the Phone Table, or whatever comes out next. Knights of the Round Tablet. That's what it would be.
Ooh, I like that better.
All right, sorry, I just got to go pitch some games.
Yeah, you better go and throw a patent on that.
Got to reserve that trademark quickly.
Trademark, yeah.
But definitely think, like, I see over the last like 5 years, and I think this happened because people were strained of it from COVID. Like, a lot of things came out that were so online focused. We're going back to people that I don't want to touch anything online. Like, if I have to get on Zoom for something again, like, kill me.
So I'm wondering, from a streamer's standpoint, would this be viable? Could you do it through phone when somebody puts out a lobby code?
Absolutely.
Oh man, I'm interested.
I think it's only 1 to 4 players. Don't count me on that. It would be really cool if they had like a mass sort of working of it. That'd be really cool.
Even if it's like you're doing battle like 3 teams of 4, you're fighting each other. I don't know. I'm just workshopping in my head. Who knows? I don't know if there's any like full story to this.
I again don't know. I haven't playing it tonight, but it'd be cool if it was like Jackbox, and like when you've filled out the 10 slots in the game, the rest join as spectators and can do a little bit of influencing to how the game plays out, like the voting and stuff. Whereas you got the 10 people doing the actual content. That would be cool.
I'm interested. I'm gonna look into this. This might be something that
link will be in the show notes.
Yes.
So this is kind of a release. The Oblivion remaster came out, and people are losing their minds over it. I think it's a much better story and better game than Skyrim, and everyone has told me that I'm crazy for not liking Skyrim, and then Oblivion came out, and so many people have told me in the last week, I'm like, oh, it just feels so much better than Skyrim. I'm like, yeah, because it is.
Go figure.
I'm like, I can't even tell people I told you so, because then I'm just that douchebag saying I told you so, but I told you so.
And it definitely is not a remaster. They're calling it a remaster. It was built back up from the ground up on Unreal 5.
I think it is because they didn't remake assets and stuff. Like, so a lot of it's all the original voice lines. Like, yes, it's done in a new engine, but so much of the assets and game logic and stuff is put straight back into it. I would, for the true definition of a remaster, I do think this is. This isn't like Resident Evil, which was a remake, and they literally remade the game. Like, they've taken as much as they could from that original source code and asset list and tried to put it in, and only redone the stuff that they sort of needed to make it work.
Okay, yeah, because they reworked the combat to be more, I guess, on par with what Skyrim evolved into. But I didn't know about the voice lines all being true to the original, which kind of makes sense because I'm seeing resurfaced tips and tricks from the original that you can still do. So that makes sense.
A lot of the same bugs are still there. There's voice lines where people like screwed up the voice line and like whoever was recording it didn't pick up on it, and that's actually in the game. Like people are like, oh, the voice flubs are still in it. Like it is a remaster.
I know that one video I saw specifically was some person saying, "Oh, let's see if this still works," and they go into a corner of a cave and like jump against a door and level up their acrobatics to 100 in a matter of no time. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So yeah, that checks out.
So yeah, if you like Oblivion, if you like Elder Scrolls, I think this will be good. If you've already got Oblivion, like it's pretty pricey for getting literally kind of the same thing. I'm not getting it. I've played Oblivion a lot. I still own it. I'll play that if I want to. It's cool that it's remastered. If you've never played Oblivion before, totally worth it, I think.
And if you do have Oblivion on PC and you don't really want to pay that price point, and you have Xbox, it is on Game Pass, and you can check it out there if you've already got it.
Yeah. If you like horrible UX experience, you can open up Game Pass.
Yeah, I've never been a Game Passer myself, but yeah, it's there.
Yeah, the deals are cool. But yeah. All right, Tempest Rising. Speaking of RTS, love what they're doing here. So I don't know if you've had a look at it, but it is.
I have.
Yeah, it's basically like the old Command and Conquer. Like it feels so much like it. They've got the like live action video clips as part of the story, like it's that kind of USSR versus the Alliance type of old school wars. It just so feels like classic Command and Conquer, and I'm so here for it. I really want to pick it up and go through the story mode.
We were just talking about how RTSs really aren't a thing these days too, and then they come out with this, which brings me back to like Red Alert.
I think this is fully, like, for me as a person, it's fully hitting my nostalgia. I'm not looking at this. It does look like a great game, but I don't think I'm looking at this at the lens of like a 20-year-old who has never played any of the Command and Conquers and Red Alerts and going, oh, this is for me. I'm looking at it as like, oh my god, those games I used to love. I want to play it. Like, you paid homage so well with the way they've done the story and stuff. That might not feel well for the younger crowd. So,
it does look good. I'm interested to honestly to give it a go. I haven't played an RTS in so long, so it would be nice.
I'm bad at them, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'll try. I used to do that in Red Alert so many times. I will try the same thing over and over again, and I probably wouldn't even have changed my strategy just to try to brute force through it because I'm stubborn. It's fun.
No,
They're fun.
Very fair. Badlands Crew is another thing that came out. So I saw someone play the demo for this in the recent Steam Next Fest. It looks really cool. It's like going around on some like what's that movie franchise called? Mad Max type of thing. And you hire people, recruit people that go on your rig, and you build up like this big giant rig that goes through the desert or the Badlands, and you just F shit up. It looks really, really fun. Like it's just sort of silly fun, but with like a point and a story, and I think it's as ridiculous as the Mad Max movies sort of are, which is a good redeeming quality about them.
It looks like it would be pretty fun to play online, but I'm seeing it's only single player.
It is. I think that they might add it because I think it would be a really good online game, but at the moment it is just single player.
It does look like a riot. It just makes me miss Twisted Metal. I used to love playing Twisted Metal, but seeing that they can, while they're driving, build their bases on the fly and add defenses or attack, offensive stuff, looks like a riot. Yeah, if you're into that, like Kieran said, the Mad Max style setting, it would be right up your alley.
Deserts are big this decade. We've got Mad Max, we've got Dune.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys are going to be hearing a lot about Dune soon.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think we covered this. June delayed their release date. Made lots of people mad, but they're probably doing it for good reasons.
Yeah, it's only 20-day delay. It's not a lot, but they were thanking people for still having interest in it. Sorry, they were apologizing to people that had planned around it. We have a good friend that planned around it, but they said that they are utilizing the time to make needed changes to give the best product possible. So,
if I had to hazard a guess, I reckon like they knew it was going to be popular, but I don't think they knew how popular. And they're like, "Oh, our servers need like so much work to support this." I reckon they got way more pre-orders than they thought they were going to get.
Yeah, they caught the eyes of a lot more people, and I'm here for that. I'm glad that they recognized that prior to just throwing it out there.
I think they're doing a private and a public server load test. So they're doing I think they may have already done it. The private one, I'm just getting as many people online for a day to stress test it, and then they're doing a public one. Like you can sort of register just anyone on Steam. They'll approve it, and then they're just trying to get as many people to sort of just play the game, see how it runs with everyone running. So I think that's what makes me think that it was there's a lot of people going to play this when it launches. We need to do something about that.
I just registered because I didn't know that there was a public coming up.
I'm going to wait, but because I don't want to download something just to download it again. It's going to be so busy. Everything gets wiped. I'm like, nah, I want to experience it properly.
See, I'm that guy that if they give you a reward for participating, I want to be there.
You will sicken me.
I am a FOMO boy.
I have FOJO, fear of joining in.
Not me. All right.
So last thing I want to do is bring up something that's like important to me, which is as a game dev, but I think like some etiquette that like a lot more people could do, which is reviewing games, especially on Steam, on product pages for like if you buy a TTRPG somewhere and it allows you to review it, like that stuff really, really helps. Mm-hmm. I see a lot, and I bet you've seen a lot of this too, is someone reviewing a game just saying like, I played 4 minutes, game sucks. Things like
yeah. Nothing worse than not even giving something a chance. And then trashing it rather than just moving on, refunding it, and going about your day.
Because those things really hurt. And like, if the game truly sucks, okay. But a lot of times, people will review it like, "Oh, this game's terrible because of these." But like, it could be it's a really good game that's just not for you. Like, there are lots of games where I think I'm just not into it. JRPGs are one. Like, I'm not into it, but I'm not going to leave on a negative review because I don't enjoy playing it. Like, they're well-made games. That's so cringy and idiotic to me
and it's very toxic as a human being,
Oh, there's so many toxic gamers online.
Well, we knew that, but that's going a little above and beyond, because you're now not only wasting your own time by doing it, you are negatively impacting someone who, again, could have a great game, and now they're being hurt by that.
Yeah, so I think for big games this doesn't matter too much, but for small games, like, those negative reviews can really hurt sales potential. On Steam, on board game forums, on just different things, especially the ones that, and I know people are trying to be funny, but they're like, "Oh, negative review, this game wasted 10,000 hours of my life, like, don't get it, it's too addictive." Like, yeah, okay, cool, really funny, but like, unless it's like, again, like a Skyrim where like that game's too big to fail, like for someone who may only have 50 reviews, like that doesn't help. That like really negatively impacts, because all Steam or a forum reads is like, that's negative, we're going to lower the star rating or lower the overall rating.
And you're going to turn in, that could be the borderline going to a mixed review or going to a negative review overall rating. It's not cool. Haha, great. Now change it to a thumbs up.
Yeah, and like people, like you could say, like go to their Discord, go to somewhere where like the review doesn't count and say that, but for your actual review that like goes into the analytics and goes into the big rotation of data, like try and positively impact that if you can. If you don't have something good to say, don't say it unless like there are games that like I've played a game where I paid for it. It's like $20. I launched it. I'm like, this is genuinely unplayable. Like it's a survival craft that like the trailer looks like I would love, but like I can't place items down. Like that's a negative review. Like the game literally doesn't work. But for some reason it's like, oh, I played this. It's not for me. That shouldn't be.
Yeah, so like I got soft locked in the tutorial type stuff. Like, you know, but yeah, not even giving it a chance to flourish, or again, trying to be comedic about it. Like, man, come on, grow up.
And the other one is when games release so poorly optimized and people flood to it like, yeah, can't play this, like doesn't run on my like pretty good system at home. I think things like that are very warranted as well. Because I one day hope that video games will stop releasing things that like just don't work on day one.
Yeah, I mean, and so from my point of view is like I might be inclined to leave a critical review, like pointing things out. But then if you are going to do that, I think you should also be willing to come back and check it out and possibly edit and change your review if it's better.
I do think that, but only if you come back and play it again. If like
right,
if
you don't revisit it, then
it was terrible. You're like, I can't play this. I can't play this. Refund. I don't pick it up again. Like that to that company, that is a review that's like, oh, we lost this customer because we released something that wasn't. That isn't. I think that's a very honest review that actually tells them like, oh, we should probably have done a bit
optimized. Yeah, or thought about that beforehand.
Because that's one of the biggest things I find is that so many games recently that like they have a beautiful trailer. They like look at like how many polygons are on screen or tessellation or whatever new cool hip thing they've got, and it just doesn't run on anyone's system because they're like we paid for computers with like 46 million gig of VRAM and like our computers run it fine on high graphics, but not like when you get like top of the line computers like struggling to run these games, like games should not be coming out like that.
Yeah, you need mid-range computers to test on to see if you can improve on it. Like like you said, having the highest end thing is not good for you.
I super agree. So that's my thought on reviewing games. Would love to hear what other people's thoughts are in some comments. Like leave some comments on, again, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Pocket all those things. Do it. Would love to know what other people think about it because I have a guess that lots of people feel very differently about this on how reviews should be used. I'm definitely looking at it from what's actually helpful to the people that make the things that you all love playing.
See, I'm my personal opinion in what I would do and have done in the past is but I'm also a person who is more conscious about not hurting a company, even if like they're doing things pretty terribly. I opt to not leave a review and just try to reach out and like leave comments through a contact email or something like that. But that's my personal approach.
And a lot of people don't want to put that effort in. I get it.
True. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think that's about it for today then.
Wow, we actually went longer than I thought we would, especially with me not having
being so unprepared.
Not having a lot to contribute to this week.
I had some good news topics to talk about. Some games.
No, yeah, you took us into some great conversations and sparked some stuff from me too, just by having things like Claire Obscure on here and whatnot.
I told you I would. So
you're great.
Awesome. We're 4 episodes in. Yeah, come check us out in the next episodes. Leave a review. Hopefully it's positive. Like treat your podcast reviews the same way I just talked about the game reviews.
Yeah, and be honest with us. Like we don't, we're not here to have you sugarcoat it. We're always looking to improve and do better by y'all, and that's what we want.
So you can leave a review if you want to contact us directly. You can do that on our Discord, the thing that we still have while it's available.
While it lasts.
Yeah, or podcast at scalebound.au is where you could email us and tell us how lovely our voices are, how much we suck, whatever you kind of want to do. And if you feel like it really does help reviewing us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, Pocket Casts, wherever you listen to podcasts. I guess you could download the MP3 and put it on your old 2003 iPod if you wanted.
Or you can leave a comment and get us to talk about it, or rage bait us so we can talk about what you want us to talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it does help. We appreciate all of you listening, and if this is your first time tuning in, feel free to catch up and listen to our previous episodes too. Yeah, it'd be great.
Until next time, thanks everyone.
Yes, take care.